government shall support the programs for the development of backward areas in AP, including expansion of physical and social infrastructure. And on the basis of this provision, the then Prime Minister assured on the floor of Parliament that grants would be given to the backward districts of AP on the lines of the support given to the KBK districts and Bundelkhand region. But the Government of India has given just 1,050 crores and washed off its hands. This is not fair, sir. This Parliament has to honor the legislation it has passed and the assurances given to Andhra Pradesh. So I request the Honourable Finance Minister to announce the package to backward districts in AP on the lines of the KBK and Bundelkhand packages. Sir, coming to Kadapa Steel Plant is another mandate given by the AP Reorganization Act to the Government of India. We are in the 8th year of implementation of the Act, but neither SAIL nor the Government of India has done anything tangible on this front. I only appeal to the Honourable Finance Minister not to allow this issue to die in the corridors of power. Kindly announce setting up of this steel plant. Sir, AP is ready to provide all necessary facilities like water, electricity, land, tax concession, etc. So I request the Minister to kindly take this up. The Honourable Finance Minister must have got information from her sources that the agitation for withdrawing the sale of the Vizag steel plant is at its peak. All I appeal strongly is to reconsider the decision of privatizing RINL and let it run as it has started to earn profits again. With these points, I would now like to move to the supplementary demand for grants, which I will complete quickly, sir. With these supplementary demands, the size of the budget goes up from 34.83 lakh crore when presented at the start of this year to 37.82 lakh crore, an increase of nearly 9%. The positive indication is that there is an expected buoyancy of 2 lakh crore more to come from tax collections. If it is not so, I wish to know from the Honourable Minister to what extent this additional supplementary demands would see slippage on the fiscal deficit front. Can we stick to the target of 6.8% as budgeted, or is there a slippage and will it go beyond 7% with this additional expenditure? I request the Honourable Minister to please provide clarity on this. The next point I wish to make, we have the figures of tax collections for the first 7 months of this fiscal, which is about 64.7% compared to 35% last year, which comes to on an average about 45%. The revenue receipt is 70.5%. Tax revenue is 68.1%. Non-tax revenue is 85%. And disinvestment is 10.5%. Of course, there are justified reasons of the pandemic for this not so appreciable 10.5% figure, which may go up if the LIC issue comes out. So whether the tax revenue can achieve the budget figures in the remaining period may kindly be known to this House. And because people never anticipated that 67,000 crores net would go to Air India, which was also not budgeted, and if you take into account the surplus from RBI, which is around 50 to 52,000 crores, I just wish to know what would be the figure of the borrowings. I'm asking this because Omicron has entered into the country, and as many as 40 cases have already been reported from various corners of the country, with the first death reported from the UK yesterday globally. Will this lead to another lockdown and economic turmoil? I do not wish so, but I would like to know how the Ministry perceives the coming months may kindly be known to the House. The next point I would like to know is what are the reasons that the capital expenditure is just hovering around 45.7% in the first 7 months of this fiscal. Because even during last year, when we had the huge second wave of the pandemic, the capital expenditure was slightly higher at 48%. So will the Honourable Minister please explain where we have faltered? The next point is about disinvestment. People were thinking that BPCL, LIC and others would be through, but it seems BPCL is still languishing, and some statements have come from LIC, but still there are some doubts. In the first almost 9 months, the investment collections are minuscule compared to what you had budgeted. So what is the approach of the Ministry on this front, and can this be construed that we will falter again on disinvestment this year as well? The next point, sir, is how much government is going to lose in view of reduction in excise duty on petrol and diesel. Telecom reforms package and reframing the dues to be collected from the telecom companies. Secondly, you have also launched the Ujjwala 2.0 and sanctioned 1 crore LPG gas connections to the poor. But as of 1st December, nearly 81 lakh connections have been given, and there are reports that the ministry may sanction 1 crore more connections and also extend increased number of free cylinders. 2 minutes, I'll complete, sir. That the ministry may increase the number of free cylinders from 1 to 3 or 4. This entails additional expenditure, and how much the ministry has to adjust for this may also kindly be known to the House. One last point, sir. This is a very important point. The recent heavy rains due to the deep depression in the Bay of Bengal and the consequent very heavy floods in several districts of Andhra Pradesh have damaged agriculture crops in more than 6 lakh hectares and nearly 5 lakh hectares of horticulture crops. The breach to the earthen bund of Annamaya project has caused an unprecedented flood to Cheyuru River in Kadapa district, causing terrible damages to human life, animals, residential houses, roads, and huge siltage of sand in thousands of crop villages. Around 61 persons have lost their lives. Considering all of this, I would request the kind intervention of the Minister to sanction and release the funds from NDRF to the state of Andhra Pradesh to undertake relief, rehabilitation, and reconstruction programs to help the victims of recent deep depressions and heavy floods in Andhra Pradesh. Also, to take necessary steps to implement the Bhupender Singh Huda recommendation of 10,000 rupees per acre input assistance to farmers whose crops are damaged due to natural calamities. And finally, an urgent need to make changes in the norms of scales of assistance to tackle losses due to natural calamities. Sir, with these submissions, I support the demand. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Shri A.M. Arif ji.